Welcome back to Tiny Grimes Games, and I'm here with another Star Wars Destiny video. And today I want to start a series called Deck Archetypes. And the first archetype we're going to look at is the Poe Finn archetype. This seems to me to be maybe not the best archetype, but maybe the most fun archetype. It allows you to do these really interesting, amazing combos where out of nowhere you're doing piles of damage to your opponent and just killing them outright. Surprising them. So basically how this works is with the way the numbers work out, you can have Finn with 2 dice and Poe with 1 die. Now the reason why you're choosing this combo is mainly Poe's special is what drives this deck. And what this is you get to discard a card from your hand to resolve one of the sides of its die if able to. Then if it was a vehicle, just put it into play by paying its cost. So what this means is if you roll his special and you have the Falcon in hand, for instance, you can discard the Falcon and do 4 range damage to them immediately, uncounterable. That is pretty amazing, and it's a little bit surprising too. As soon as you roll that special, your opponent's going, oh no, oh no, oh no, do they have something amazing in their hand? Oh my goodness. Now with the Falcon, it's kind of unlikely that you're going to be able to play it and then immediately pay the cost and put it into play. But the TIE Fighter, this is more likely to happen. So you can do Poe's special. You probably won't have 4, so you'll do 2 damage. And then you'll go ahead and just, boom, pop the TIE Fighter right into play and be able to roll it and maybe do 2 to 3 more damage. So it's a huge amount of damage or disruption, or for instance with the TIE Fighter pulling all the shields off of a character, whatever it is, whatever side you want to play. It's such an amazingly flexible card, and when you have something like the Falcon where it basically does everything, whatever you need, the Falcon will do for you, and Poe can make that happen. So Poe is really amazing with his special with these 2 cards. And now the reason why I like to pair it with Finn is at least now, before we have all the cards spoiled, there's just not that many vehicles for sure. It would just be the Falcon, and there's not that many great weapons I want to use that are necessarily only neutral or hero. And so Finn lets you bring in the TIE Fighter most importantly and other red weapons into the deck. As this deck evolves and we see more cards, we may find that Poe with some other character ends up being better. But for now, this archetype, this combo of these 2 characters is really fun and lets you do some really wild things. Okay, so you may be thinking to yourself, okay, I just discarded my Falcon just to do Poe. That doesn't seem that great to me. I don't want to discard Falcon for Poe. But that's why you run the salvage yard. So you have a 50-50 shot at the beginning of the game to be able to start cycling your Falcons back out. And if you can cycle your Falcon and even never play it, just bring it back every single time to do Poe's special, that's 3 turns is 12 damage. That is just a massive amount of damage. And don't overlook the 2 spin. The 2 spin can be crazy. That can be a lot of damage with these guys and their weapons. So for instance, you have, let's say you have the blaster rifle out. You could spin it to its unblockable side. You could spin it to the +3 damage, whatever it is you need to spin it to. And it's also not unthinkable that you'll get to play something like the Falcon. Because we have BB-8 on the light side, and we have stuff like smuggling. Don't overlook smuggling. In a deck like this, where you need a lot of resources, smuggling is a pretty amazing card. In a lot of other card games, this would be a terrible card. Basically, paying 2 cards for a resource sounds like so much. But when you're drawing up to your max hand size at the start of your turn, every single turn, it's not as bad of a hit, especially if you really need that 1 resource. If you think about it, if you have this card, it's 2 turns and you have the Falcon. That very well may be just worth saving for 2 turns. Also, if you're saving, remember your opponent is terrified. Does that person have a block in hand? Are they going to negate all my range damage? What terrifying events are they saving for? And then you spring the Falcon on them and they go, oh, that's even worse. That's actually even worse than what I thought might happen. Another thing you can do to sort of ramp up and get more stuff going while you're waiting for these resources or you're trying to pile up is rearm. Rearm is really powerful. So you can do something like discard a blaster pistol to re-roll something, maybe to try to get the special. You can just discard it with the special to resolve one of the sides, and then rearm it back into play for free, giving you more and more dice. Now, I will say, as soon as you throw this out there, they're going to look at Poe and go, yeah, this is a Poe deck. Okay, I'm killing Poe. So know that. He's got 12 health, and because of that, I really like running cards like Take Cover to give him more shields, and Draw Attention is so frustrating. They're like, okay, all right, I got Poe to 8. I'm on my way. And you're like, I'll move 2 over to Finn. And you're going, oh, are you kidding me? Poe's at 6 now? Then if you do it again, oh, it can be a completely back-breaking card, moving 2 damage from one guy to another. It can be really, really frustrating. So that's basically the deck. You're just kind of looking to do a ton of damage really fast. You're oftentimes building to like a turn 3, turn 4, just mega burst turn. If you could do something like hit a special on the Falcon, roll Finn with a weapon or 2, and have the First Order TIE Fighter all rolling, that is an insane amount of range damage. And one more thing about the deck that's really interesting is that the strategy you need to do is load Finn with weapons, so that they have to kill Poe. If they don't kill Poe and they decide to kill Finn, they're going to die from the special. And even just his dice. Poe's die is really strong. So they have to go for Poe. So if they kill Poe first and you're left with Finn with 3 weapons on him, rolling 5 dice, 10 health, there's a really good chance if they have 1 character left and it's one-on-one, Finn will be far superior to their 1 character. And even if they have 2 left, the first one's going to be damaged substantially. So Finn should be able to immediately kill him and again leave himself in a 1v1 spot in a favorable way. So I think if you play it right, you load up Finn, you let Poe do his just incredible shenanigans, I think you're going to be in good shape. I've had really good success with the deck so far. I will say, though, it's pretty combo-y. It can be disrupted pretty easily. If you roll a whole bunch of range and they just, play the card that takes all the range off for 2 resources, then it's a little bit troubling. But it's a fun deck if nothing else. I definitely suggest giving it a try. This is the spoiler version of the deck where it only has, working from 70 cards. But I'm pretty sure this archetype is still going to be a lot of fun and still quite viable when all the cards are spoiled. We're just going to have different cards in here. Maybe the ATSD, maybe Black One. So go ahead and give it a try now. Give it a try if you're looking at this post actual release. And I'll see you next time on Tiny Grimes Games.